right, there we go. Good evening, everybody. Before I start, let me just say I'm very flattered that you've decided to spend your Valentine's evening with me tonight. You're either single or you've been married for a long time. One of the two, right? Good evening to everyone who's tuning in on our live stream. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through our business introductory presentation. After the presentation, if you have any questions, speak to the person that introduced you to our business or is your host this evening. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Now, Constantia is a registered insurance company in South Africa. We've been around for nearly 70 years, but DuePoint was born 3 years ago, almost to the week. So we had our third birthday just last week. I'm going to quickly go through some factors that brought together the formation of DuePoint so that you have a little bit of backstory as to our business and why it was formed. So there were a couple of risk factors or factors that came together, primarily through a lot of the experience that we have had in financial services in the last 50 or so years. So one of those factors is economic and risk factors. So this is from our point of view as well as from your point of view. From your point of view, you're here this evening because of economic and risk factors. You're here because you want to earn extra money, right? This has become a lot more prevalent in our economy because, well, people are suffering a lot more at the moment, right? And so they are looking for something extra. And so that is to mitigate a lot of the risk that we find within employment or whether you run small or medium business. Social entrepreneurship, this is one of the factors, this is one of the aspects that we wanted to achieve. So at DuePoint, the formation of DuePoint was to create social impact. It is one of the big kind of pillars of our business. It's one of the things that we want to achieve probably more than anything else is social impact. We want to create a business that allows people to liberate themselves. Our business is really about wealth creation. That's the social impact we want to have. We want people that become involved at DuePoint to ultimately become wealthy individuals. Right? Then thirdly, we've got better distribution. So this is a business reason from our point of view. If you look traditionally at any business, they have used and implemented various forms of channels of distribution. In other words, different forms of marketing and advertising. So traditional companies in the past, what they would do to create channels of distribution is that they would typically advertise, right? So you'd advertise in the newspapers, on TV, DSTV, whatever. All right. We've decided to move away from that and create a different channel of distribution to what our other businesses use. We've decided to use word of mouth and referral marketing. This is becoming more effective than traditional forms of marketing and advertising. So this was a big business decision for us. These factors all came together and we decided to launch this business DuePoint in 2016 in February. So like I said, we've just had our third birthday. What is in it for you? So to talk about the social impact that we want to create here, because what we're doing this evening in this presentation is we are proposing a business, an entrepreneurial opportunity to you. You have got to weigh up the factors and decide whether this is going to be worth it for you or not. So we start off immediately with the benefits in this business. So what is your actual role in the business, right? That's probably what you're wanting to figure out. Your role is to help us create channels of distribution, right? And so what we require from you is for you to go out and help us build the DuePoint brand in South Africa. In other words, we want you to go out and tell other people about DuePoint, to spread the word of DuePoint. And then we will do the rest. Through this presentation, through the systems that we have, we will then advertise and market the product to people that are introduced to us through this business opportunity. Right? If you can do this, so in other words, if you can help us build a channel of distribution, the benefits for you are, number one, you get to create an additional income for yourself. But the nature of the income is very important. You have to be very discerning about this because this is one of the aspects that separates us from many other business opportunities in the country. And that's the fact that we create what we call recurring income. Right? The opposite of recurring income is activity-based income. So as employees, we're all involved in activity-based income. You have to go to work to earn income. If you typically run small business or any service-related business or even product-related business, you have to sell product or sell time to create income. I ran a digital agency for about 15 years of my life where we were constrained by activity. We had to do the work to make money every month. And at the end of every month, we started at zero, right? And this was a small business, which was very similar to just being an employee. Because if you don't go to work, you won't get paid. If you get sick, right, and you use all your sick leave, you're not going to get paid. If you get retrenched, you're not going to get paid. When you retire, you're not going to get paid. And when you die, your family's not going to get anything, typically, right? These are the constraints, the huge risk factors involved with activity-based income. Here at DuePoint, we allow you to get involved in recurring-based income because we don't pay people for their activity here at DuePoint. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build, right? And so if you spend time building this channel of distribution, it'll pay you every month, whether you're sick, whether you've even building the business or not, whether you're retired or retrenched, and even when you passed away. And I'm going to speak more about this when we talk about the value of building an asset instead of chasing activity-based income. There's the power duplication. This is just your opportunity that we allow for you to go out and build a team around you to build your channel of distribution more effectively and faster. In other words, to increase your recurring income exponentially if you're able to build a good team and duplicate your business. Our business is FlexiTime. So we've got wonderful technology here at DuePoint that allows you to build a channel of distribution from your mobile phone. You can do it from your phone. You can run your business from your mobile phone. We don't have forms. We don't have products that you have to lug around. There's no product training that you have to do constantly in our business. We make this business very easy to run. There's no startup capital. This again speaks to the social impact that we've tried to create. I want people to be able to consider this business opportunity without any fear of risk or cost. Right? So we try and make this business as accessible as possible because we give it a very low barrier to entry. In other words, it's very easy to get involved with DuePoint and to become profitable very quickly here at DuePoint. Again, with regards to accessibility, there's no qualifications or experience requirements to get involved as a DuePoint wealth engineer. You get to build an asset. Now, this speaks strongly to recurring income because the channel of distribution that you build here at DuePoint for yourself is treated as an asset that you have legal tender over. It means you own your channel of distribution. That means you can sell your channel of distribution. If it's producing 5,000 Rand a month, that has value. You can sell that to somebody, right? It's like owning a second property that's creating this annuity income for yourself. It's very similar to that. And so it has value, this asset. And like I said, if you become retrenched, your DuePoint channel of distribution doesn't disappear in value. Right? Your day job will be affected and your income from your day job gets affected. The same with retirement. Retirement and retrenchment have the same effect. Right? Your income ends. But if you've built an asset, that'll carry on paying you through retirement, through your 60s, through your 70s. One of our biggest wealth engineers are pensioners around their 70s. Not these two, but these two know the people I'm talking about. Right? They're only in their 30s. And so you get to earn this recurring income through retirement, and even upon death, an asset doesn't disappear. The value of an asset that you've built in your life upon death doesn't disappear. You get to seed it to your beneficiaries, to your family in your will, and you get to pass your DuePoint wealth channel of distribution to your children or to your spouse, whoever you list as your beneficiaries. And so I'm hoping that on this point, that people will see the point of not working towards activity-based income. We will spend 45 years working for somebody else. Think about that. 45 years, 40 hours a week. That's a lifetime that you work for somebody else. And what do we get to show for it when we retire? Over 90% of the population can't even afford to retire. They've got nothing to show for it. So I'm hoping you will sacrifice time in chasing an asset that you get to build over a lifetime instead of depending on activity-based income solely. There is no selling involved in our business. So like I said in the beginning, your only activity, the only activity you're going to be pursuing here is building a channel of distribution by connecting people to DuePoint. Right? I haven't said anything about our products yet because you're not going to go out and sell products. You're going to go out and connect people to the business opportunity. You're going to connect them to this presentation. That's when they will find out about the products, right? And so you don't have to have any product issues. No distribution, no stock issues. There's no boxes of product you have to go home with. You don't have to worry about forcing them into your boot or storing them home in your garage, right? And so the products in themselves become very convenient. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build this thing called the channel of distribution. So this is what it looks like. You become a wealth engineer here at DuePoint and a product owner, and now you're going to go out and start connecting other people. In this example, you've connected 5 people successfully into your channel of distribution. That is the beginning of your channel of distribution. It's very small, but look how it's growing every single month, right? This is where the power duplication takes place. This is something you want to leverage as much as possible, because the 5 people that you connected are going to go out and do the same thing. They also became wealth engineers for the same reason you did, right? And so they go connect a couple of other people, and so on and so forth. And if you've got good duplication in your business, this is what your channel of distribution can look like after a certain amount of time. This is what you're going to be building. This is the asset that you're helping create here at DuePoint, that we pay you kind of like a royalty towards, right? Because we pay you for the asset that you've produced. It's not activity-based income that you derive here at DuePoint. So that is what a channel of distribution looks like. How do we pay people here at DuePoint? It's through something we call our returns program. So at the end of every month, our wealth engineers get paid by DuePoint a return. The return is calculated like this. We pay a base return fee of R27.50 for every product you have in your qualified channel. Now that depends where the product lies in relation to you. So the first 5 individuals that you introduce to DuePoint lie on what we call your first point. And on your first point, you're earning 55 Rand for every product every month, right? Those individuals go out and connect other people, other product owners into your channel. That is called your second point. And again, on your second point, you earn 55 Rand. So if you had 100 people on your first and second point, that's you earning 5,500 Rand a month. That's an extra 60,000 Rand a year you just made for yourself. Who would like a 60,000 Rand bonus now? Has everyone recovered from December and January? Not yet, right? It takes about 5-6 months to recover from December and January. So an extra 60,000 Rand. You only have 100 people in your first and second point. You can do that every single year. But your channel keeps growing. See, now it's grown to your third point. And on your third point, you see the multiplier drops back to 100%. And the more product you start putting in, the larger your channel becomes, the further the product gets away from you. That multiplier drops steadily all the way to 4% by 0.8. But we don't limit you to the size of your channel. So from 0.8, in theory, into infinity, we will keep paying you 4% of that R27.50. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn here at DuePoint. This business is about time and numbers. We say it all the time, time and numbers. You have to have patience to let your channel build over time. And the only thing that you can control is how many people you put in. You want to double the size of your channel? Put twice as many people on your first point. Your channel will double in growth, right? And so that's the number you get to control. We don't have any control of the numbers at work, do we? If you decided to work twice as hard tomorrow, is your boss going to pay you double your salary at the end of the month? No chance, right? You're lucky if you get 3%. So here you've got direct influence over the result of the money you start earning here at DuePoint. People still want to understand, however, how much activity is required out of this business when Rob talks about sacrifice. What is he talking about? How much time must I sacrifice? So to give you an idea of what type of money you can earn over the next 5 years, we've built a projection. And it's quite an accurate projection that is based on moderate activity. So we're not even talking about extreme activity, we're talking about very moderate activity. That activity is 3 people in your first month, right? So you only have to connect 3. Francina's connected 3 in 1 day. Right? So here we say only 3 in a month. And then every consecutive month thereafter, you only have to connect 2 every month thereafter. Right? And so if you can follow that growth on your first point, your channel can earn you these type of numbers. After 6 months, you could be earning around 2,500 Rand a month as a return. Now, at the beginning of the presentation, I told you about one of our ambitions centered around social impact, but more particularly around wealth creation. We want, for us to deem this business successful, I have to walk away and say, this business has made so many people wealthy. What is a wealthy person anyway? Right? I'm sure everyone's got different ideas of what they would deem to be wealthy. But let me tell you, one of the biggest things deemed to be a wealthy person is someone who doesn't have any debt. Now, how many people don't have any debt? 0.1% perhaps of the population has no debt. And so if we can get people to focus on getting rid of their debt as quickly as possible, that is the first stepping stone to becoming a wealthy individual. right? And here we've got an example of the power of getting rid of your debt. I assume everyone wants to be a homeowner. Not a bond payer, a homeowner. You finished paying the bond. So here's an example of someone here who's paying a R1,000,000 bond, right? With 2,500 Rand, if they took the 2,500 Rand and put it into their R1,000,000 bond every single month, they wouldn't take 20 years to pay off the house, they'd do it in 11.5 years. Paying your debt off a little bit faster by putting that extra money in instead of spending it results, in this example, on a R1,000,000 house, results in you saving nearly 900,000 Rand in interest that you would have paid to the bank. Pay your debt off as quickly as possible. It saves you money. It has the same result as investing money. Did you know that? If you pay your debt off faster, it is the same result as investing. After 12 months, you'll be earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. That's over 100,000 Rand a year. After 24 months, you're close to 28,000 Rand. After 36 months, 3 years from today, you're closing in on 50,000 Rand a month. After 4 years, 48 months, you're close to about 70,000 Rand. And after 5 years in this business of connecting 2 people every single month, consecutively for 60 months, you'll be close to 85,000 Rand a month. That's an extra 1,000,000 Rand a year. Now imagine creating for yourself a R1,000,000 Rand bonus a year. Oh, the one lady just fainted in the back. Just imagining that. It's quite hard to imagine, right? To think. R1,000,000 Rand extra. R1,000,000 Rand extra a year. That would be amazing, right? So don't be too overwhelmed by that dream. Start at the 3 this month. That's where you start. You just start with a 3 this month, and then make sure next month you do 2, and 2 again, and 2 again. And don't get lazy. Don't get distracted. Keep your focus. Keep persistent, and keep doing 2 a month for 60 months, and you'll be very close to this figure. You might even exceed the figure. Right? But this is theoretical. So this is something the actuaries put together. It's a very clever projection because it takes into account all the negative aspects, because you'll have people that don't duplicate and don't pay, and we still get to this number, 85,000 Rand after 60 months. But we've got wealth engineers in our business that are doing this business, and they're almost like our business review. You know, when you go buy a product online, or you look at a hotel or anything, you go look at the reviews, right, to see what really it's like. So here we have reviews. We've got wealth engineers we invite up onto stage. We don't tell them what to say. We just say, these are the questions we're going to ask you. You answer any way you like. So you can go onto our YouTube channel. There are hundreds of testimonies from wealth engineers that have been in our business doing this business. So you get a very good idea of what to expect in this business. So here we've got Paul. Paul's been in the business for 7 months. He's generating about 2,500 Rand a month for himself currently. So this was last month's data. So hopefully that number's bigger. He's introduced 41 people on his own. That's translated into a channel that's 5 points wide, and those 41 people have translated into 83 people in his channel that he gets to earn on. All right? Then we've got Norma. Norma's also from Joburg. She's been in the business almost twice as long, a little more than twice Paul's time. And she's put in the same amount of people. She's also put in 41 people. She's got the same size channel, but she's got 162 people in her business, right? So nearly double Paul's. But they put in the same amount of people. Why? Because she's been in the business twice as long. She's allowed her channel to develop in size. So Paul's working extra hard. When we look at Paul's business in another 7 or 8 months' time, he might have 240, 300 people in his business. But what you have to realize here is that you get to decide what you want out of this business. We have got thousands of people joining this business every single month, and everybody's different. Everyone's different. The system is identical for everybody, yet everyone engages differently with the business. Different levels of commitment, different levels of belief, different levels of persistence. You get to decide how much time you want to put in this business, right? And so for me, that is the most important decision, is how you fit DuePoint into your life if you want to do this business. It is up to you. It's a decision you make. Rob doesn't phone you in the morning. On top of the returns program, so on top of the money that we pay our wealth engineers every single month, we've got a rewards program. So the rewards program is on top of the money that you get to earn. So the rewards program is made out of all these milestones. We call them ranks. And when your channel gets to certain sizes, right, with some activity in your business, we've got rewards waiting for you along the way. So Rank 5, we give our wealth engineers a fancy little USB drive that plugs into anything, tablets and phones, computers, laptops, right, so that they can show the DuePoint business to anyone, anywhere. At rank 7, we spend a fortune on business cards for you. So who's got business cards that cost them more than 10,000 Rand for one set? No one, except you guys. You guys have got the business cards. They've got the business cards, right? We spend a fortune. We spend 17,000 Rand on one set of business cards for you. Your details on the card, a black card that is wrapped in gold. There's no ink on these business cards. There's only gold on the business card. Why? Because when you go out to speak to people about a business called DuePoint, they're going to look at you like this, right? Because perhaps they don't know the business DuePoint. Perhaps they don't even know you. But when you put down a 17,000 Rand business card at a meeting, I promise you those people will start listening a little more carefully and your credibility goes up. That's why we get you business cards that cost 17,000 Rand. At rank 9, this is a wonderful reward to get to. Why? Because it's such a visceral experience to witness in someone else. What does that mean? That means when someone gets to rank 9, you get to go on Facebook and tell people what you're achieving at DuePoint, and people can see it and they get jealous. It's good to make people jealous. That's when they also listen more carefully, right? Because what happens at rank 9? We take you and your family to our rank 9 international conference. It is business class flights to a 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid trip. Not once, every single year. When you get here, you get to take this trip every single year. That makes people around you listen more carefully. We've seen it. We've seen it. When people get to rank 9 and suddenly they're showing people photos of them in Mauritius, in a luxury resort, they look like millionaires, people go, what is going on in your life? You better send me information quickly, right? And so these rewards are extremely powerful in helping you build your business even more effectively. So take it our last rank 9 trip, because I want you all to get jealous about what our rank 9s are doing so that you can come ask for more information afterwards. Looks good. Remember the evening with the cheese and wine? That cheese was so good. Thanks, Millicent. And once again, it's up to you how quickly you want to get to rank 9. It's available for every single person in this room. The record is 5 months. 5 months to rank 9. You're earning more than 20,000 Rand a month. And you're going on a millionaire's holiday with your family every single year. Up to you. Up to you. There's no phone call from Rob in the morning. The business requires self-accountability. You've got to be accountable for your business. This is your business now, right? 2 ranks later, we spend 250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. Who would like a brand new car, no debit order at the end of the month? Everybody. Pat doesn't put his hand up because Pat wants a Bentley. He's already got the car. He's already got the car. He's waiting for the Bentley. Right? No DuePoint stickers. That's yours. No debit order at the end of the month. How much closer are you becoming a debt-free person when you're getting your holiday paid every single month, you're earning 20 to 30,000 Rand a month, and you've got a car in the garage that you never had to pay for? The record in this is less than 2 years. Less than 2 years to the car. Right? Guys, and we don't reset you to 0. If you want to take 10 years to get to rank 11, you can take 10 years. If your channel keeps building a little bit every single month, if you just introduce 1, 2, 4, 10 people every single month, your channel has the ability to grow and grow and grow. You will get there. We don't decide at the end of the year, oh, we're cutting you back down. Right? And so you've got all the time in the world to do this business, but we don't have time, so I know that we have to rush. Our business, however, is not built on just giving. Our business, and actually wealth creation, is also built on the fact of being able to protect your wealth. And this is where investment and insurance products become a necessity in this economy. You go speak to any wealthy person, I promise you right now, they've got everything insured and they've got investments. Why? Because they need to protect the assets that they've spent years, decades building. Right? And that's where our products come in. So we've got 4 products here that you're free to consider, any single one of these products, or all 4 of the products. This is a personal decision that you are going to make. Our first product is called Access Wealth. It is an investment and an insurance product rolled into one product. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month. You get 100 Rand that gets invested of that into a tax-free investment fund. You've got full access to that fund whenever you want to draw the money out. And then on top of that, we give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, right, we pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. So this is Access Wealth. The second product is called Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is going to cost you only 249 Rand a month, and you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So there's no investment, it's just the insurance portion, but 1 million Rands worth of that insurance. Our products are accessible to everybody equally. We've designed the product so that there's no discrimination against age or your health status. So you can be 65, you can have a heart condition, you can be diabetic, it's still 249 for everybody, and everyone gets the 1 million Rand cover. Right? So it's the same for everybody. Then we've got Family Wealth. This is a funeral cover product. The funeral cover product for the whole family, it starts at 299. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members, and the principal member also gets 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So if you die, we will pay out 10,000 Rand of debt that you might have. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand, as well as up to 10 family members. And again, it's accessible to everybody. As long as you're between the ages of 18 and 70, you can take the product, and then the product will run beyond 70 because it's a whole of life product, right? We don't cancel it when you get too old, like a lot of life insurance policies do. And then lastly, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to save you money every single month. So this is a product that gives you access to discounts and services with the businesses that we've partnered with. So you can see the Cell-C logo popping up there. That's because we've recently just signed Cell-C on as a partner. If you look at all the businesses there, we have negotiated discounts with them that we pass on to our Wealth Points members. So for example, Cell-C, 10 to 20% off all airtime and data. Always on Wi-Fi data, up to 60, 70% off their rates. We've got car manufacturers, right? Massive value. If you're going to go buy a car, you make sure you go see one of our partners because you will get huge discounts, right? I've experienced the discount, so I know personally, right? They gave me 100,000 Rand off a Ford Ranger, right, through the Wealth Points program. And we've got another person who's gone to go to Eagle Ford, huge value there. Then we've got some online retailers, ShopRite Checkers is very popular because we all spend a fortune on groceries every single month. Wonderful product that's always evolving. We're always looking for brand new partners to add onto the Wealth Points program. So those are the 4 products. Go onto our website if you want more information. There are in-depth review videos on each of the products. If you become a wealth engineer, you need to know the products back to front so that you can appreciate the power and the necessity of the products we have at DuePoint. If becoming a millionaire after 5 years wasn't good enough for you, because we've got some people that, that's too long, I want to be a millionaire sooner. We've got the 365 challenge. The one laughing is one of those people that think that. We've got the 365 challenge. So the 365 challenge says to you, if you can connect 365 people on your first point, right, that's one a day that you have to connect into this business for the next 365 days, we will give you, on top of the 800,000 Rand value that you would have created for yourself, we'll give you extra 365,000 Rand cash check on top of everything. If you do this, you'll probably be rank 11 or 12, maybe more, right? That means you're earning 30,000, 40,000 Rand a month. You've got the car, you've got the holiday, you've got all the checks at the other ranks, you've got the business cards, you've got the memory stick, and we give you an extra 365,000 Rand. And then you're 1 or 2 ranks away from rank 14, which is the second trip that you get to enjoy every single year, and that's a Mediterranean cruise. I know the people excited about the Mediterranean cruise, right? So that's if you want to do this. Right? Massive value in the 365 challenge. And then every month we've got a wealth quest. The wealth quest is just a quest for that month. It's an incentive that just runs for the month. So February's wealth quest is called the Triple Lightning Qualifier, where we challenge you to be able to qualify 3 new wealth engineers on your first point. So you've got to go out and find 3 new people to connect this month in February and then help them connect 3 people each. And if you can do that successfully in the month of February, we will give you, well, you have the option. You can take home an Apple iPhone, or you can take home 5,000 Rand, and we'll give you 3,000 XP towards the rewards program just for February's business, just for growing your channel in February. I hope that's enough incentive for everybody. Returns, rewards, 365 incentive for February. Right? I hope I haven't confused anyone. They're thinking, I don't know what to do. Durban Encounter. There's me. I'm going down to Durban the 9th of March, I think it is. Yes, Saturday the 9th of March. I'm going to be going visiting KZN. I love KZN, especially when it's not December and it's so hot. Get to go down when it's a little bit cooler and the weather's better. But I love the KZN people, so I'm going to be going visiting during the Durban Encounter. It is pretty much 3 or 4 hours that we get to spend in KZN, where we don't only do an intro presentation. It's more like a business workshop that we get to do with all the people in KZN. So if you want to build your channel in KZN, you make a list of anyone that you think might know people or people that live in KZN. You make as long a list as possible, and you start phoning or contacting those people individually. You say, come meet me at the Durban Encounter. I'm coming down. I want you to come to this business presentation. You show them the intro presentation first, then you bring them to the business workshop on the Saturday with me, and I will help you build your channels in Durban. Right? It's mahala. It's mahala. And there's going to be snacks and tea and coffee. Some people are sold on the free tea and coffee. You say, I'll give you R1,000,000 and there's going to be free tea and coffee. They come for the free tea and coffee. I don't understand. Right, so book online. Go onto our website, events. You'll see Durban Encounter under 9 March. You click on that and you go through the reservation. It's for free. All right, so do that if you want to build your channels in Durban. It's a great opportunity. The decision is you need to decide how to fit DuePoint into your life. Your life is chock-a-block, I know. My life's chock-a-block. I don't have time for anything. I have to make time. It is called prioritizing. I go, gym. I throw gym out. Valentine's with a wife. I throw it out. Valentine's not going to make me money. Prioritize. Right? So if I say to you, you've got to make time for DuePoint, you've got to fit it into your life, you've got to decide what you're throwing out your life to fit this business in. Because this business is going to make you wealthy. The things that we are typically doing at the moment aren't making us wealthy. Right? So that for me is the decision. A little bit of background on our business, because this might be the first time you've heard of Constantia or DuePoint. So Constantia is a registered and a very old insurance company. Founded in 1952. We really were one of the founding insurance businesses in South Africa that helped form the insurance backbone in South Africa. Operate very much under the radar. That's why you probably haven't heard of us, because Constantia have never advertised. They've never dealt with the public. They've always dealt only with other financial service providers. So we've always been a business-to-business business. Now, through DuePoint, we are dealing with consumers, with the public, to create the social impact. And so you are free to go onto our website, go look up the Constantia website. We are, like I said, a registered insurance company. You can go look for our financial licenses online. They're all online. We've got printed out ones on the wall and framed above the water cooler. You can go peruse those. Why am I telling you all this? Because business and relationships is about trust and credibility. And it's something we take very seriously here at DuePoint, right? We are trying to create long-term relationships, and we know, I'm someone that comes from branding and advertising. I know that relationships are built on trust. And so I want you to go look at the business, go scrutinize DuePoint, the people in DuePoint and Constantia, and go, this is a business that I can partner with because I have belief in them and I think I can trust them. That belief will grow with time, all right? So go do that. That's the FSP number that we operate under. With that, folks, I thank you for your time this evening. If you have any questions, speak to the person that brought you here this evening or hosted you over the live stream. And I wish everyone a prosperous 2019. Prosperous is going to be a very rare word this year, right? You've got to make it happen for yourself. Good luck. Thank you.